All right, what's going on, guys? So it's been a while since I've done a raw, uncut video of me just jumping through some recent trades that I've taken and that I've been posting inside the group and kind of going over my thought process behind these trades, why I was looking to enter, where I entered, and that sort of thing. So sit back, relax, and be a ton of value in this video. Let's jump into it. All right, guys. So to start, we're going to jump into this Bitcoin long position that I call inside of the group. As always, just for some more proof, I know some people say, oh, you always post in hindsight. Guys, I never post in hindsight. All of these trades that I cover on this channel, I'm posting in real time inside of the Pro Discord. So if you want access, make sure to click the first link in the description below. But guys, this was just a very simple setup. All we're doing is using my key level golden pocket fib trading strategy. So take a look at Bitcoin here, obviously in an uptrend, right? How do I know? Well, if I do a top-down analysis, meaning I start with a higher time frame and go down to a lower time frame, I can see that, okay, we are delivering from a higher time frame support zone. Okay, this is where I talked about going swing long multiple times. And obviously we're in an uptrend, right? Prices making higher highs and higher lows on a high time frame. So obviously I want to go down to a lower time frame and look for an entry. Now, for that entry confirmation, the first step is to find a key level or a point of interest. Now, what is this? Well, all this is a level with multiple pieces of confluence. So in this trade example that we had taken, I saw we had a 30-minute bullish fair value gap after this move up. And we also had our local golden pocket fib. So if I draw this golden pocket fib from that most recent swing low to that most recent swing high, we see that that golden pocket fib perfectly overlaps our 15-minute or 30-minute bullish fair value gap, right? Taking out these lows, tagging into that fair value gap, and then going to take out these highs. Okay, for that entry confirmation, we use bullish momentum, also known as bullish divergences, to enter the trade, right? So you'll notice, first of all, on this pullback here, we have a corrective pullback. So this is not a V-shaped reversal back down, okay? This is what I call an ABC correction or a corrective pullback, right? We have one move down, then a slightly lower high, and then that second move down right into our key level, and that is where that impulsive move takes place. And you can see as price is making lower lows into this level, we can see momentum and volume on our oscillator increasing to the upside. We're seeing some bullish reversal buy signals on the algo. This was our entry trigger. Stop loss at the 786 fib, taking our first take profit at this high right here, and our major take profit at our external high all the way up here, which we unfortunately did not hit. Maybe some of you guys are still in this trade. Stop loss is obviously at break even. But we did trail our stop loss after the first take profit to right here. So we got stopped out for the rest of this trade. Still a winning trade following the 1-2 setup, key level, golden pocket fib strategy. Guys, this one works out like 80% of the time. As long as you're using high time frame trend, high time frame bias, and looking for that corrective pullback down into your level, waiting for those divergences, that is a valid trade there on Bitcoin. So great trade there. Let's jump into the SUI long position. Okay, another swing long I called inside the group. This was via limit orders, okay? So again, kind of using the same strategy I used on Bitcoin, just on a higher time frame, right? SUI's looking bullish. We see this large impulsive move to the upside, right? What is this telling us? Well, it's telling us that buyers are in control here. We're making higher highs and higher lows on a daily time frame. So we are anticipating that higher low here on SUI, which we got, okay? So we set limits right at the golden pocket fib. Look at this entry, guys. Look at the entry we caught here. Barely any drawdown. Just tags into our limit and then boom. A lot of the times you'll see this with the golden pocket fib. That's why I like to use this fib so much, is because a lot of the times you'll see it price just reject from this fib and then it never comes back, right? You just get a sniper entry right at that level. So let's talk about why this level was actually valid. So we talked about the impulsive move to the upside, right, with that 1-2 setup, but we were also building kind of this channel of liquidity here, right, with this liquidity low. So anytime I have a liquidity level overlapping my point of interest, which in this case was my golden pocket fib, right, something like this, anytime you see this formation, this is like an ultra bullish long position here, right? So we have our higher time frame point of interest right here, which in this case was our golden pocket fib and our easy algo support zone. So, right, it looks something like this. And we have this liquidity level overlapping it, like right above the zone, right? Building liquidity. And then we get that final sweep of this low, tagging into our POI and then reclaiming that range. So there's two types of entries you can get with this. The first is going to be limit orders at the golden pocket fib or your point of interest. And the second is going to be a reclaim of this level, which is a more confident entry. But guys, I kind of knew that price was going to go up from our golden pocket fib. So we just set a limit order here, stop loss here, targeting the external highs. This one just hit TP1. So keep this setup in mind. Look for the setup on your own charts. This one usually plays out, okay? Especially when you have a high time frame trend, also known as higher highs and higher lows in mind. This will play out, okay? Let's turn on our daily easy algo levels as well, because when I'm looking for key levels, I also like to look for that horizontal support confluence. And you can see here, key level with price history, right? This level had acted as support, failed as resistance, and now we're flipping this level into support once again. That was our entry. Boom, straight to TP1. This trade is still running. Guys, the reason we don't take partials along the way up is because we want to let our thesis play out. We want to go for those high risk to reward trades. And that was this one on SUI here. So another banger trade, just to show you guys that I did in fact call this in real time inside the pro Discord, right? SUI, where is it? SUI trade is running, SUI limit tagged, boom, right? So I post this limit order in advance here, right at the GP. Obviously ended up filling us, and yeah, great trade there. Okay, on to the next one, okay? I love this trade here because many people will say, you know, why are you longing at resistance here? But really, we weren't longing at resistance here. We're just riding the trend on Solana. So Solana is a coin that's showing local strength, okay? So Sol equals local strength. So all this means is strength relative to Bitcoin, okay? So it's outperforming Bitcoin in the short term. So we want to ride this trend, okay? So this was a very simple trade thesis here. Breakout and retest of this level. You can see we have resistance, clearly in an uptrend. Price wants higher, and then we reclaim that level, enter the long here, stop loss below these lows. And this one ran for like a 12R, guys. This was called by Neil inside of the pro Discord. And yeah, banger trade. Not much to say on here, guys. If you want to go down to a lower time frame for entry, you can do so as well, right? Looking for that bullish momentum, right? Bullish momentum, buy signal, boom, right? There's your entry on a lower time frame. But simple breakout and retest thesis on this one, guys. And this one absolutely sent. Shout out Neil inside of the pro Discord. Absolutely crushing it with these signals, guys. Like literally crushing every single day, posting these in advance. Crazy, crazy stuff, right? Banger trade on Sol. And you know what? I want to go over some real-time trades now that I am looking at on Bitcoin and a few other coins, just to show you guys my thought process, you know, when I'm getting into these trades. So, you know, but looking at this current price action here on Bitcoin, we're kind of trading within this range, right? We have some equal highs above, some equal highs below. So I only like trading the extremes of the range, meaning I don't like to trade this chop, especially over the weekend. You know, it's just not a high probability trade for me. So what I will look for is either a sweep of the range highs to go short or a sweep of the range lows to go long. Now, obviously, we're in an uptrend. Price is bullish. We have our major draw on liquidity here. All a major draw on liquidity is where price is most likely to seek, okay? And the most obvious level to me is this external high here. So this is kind of like the next resistance level. I don't see a reason why we would continue down from here when price is obviously bullish, right? We're making higher highs and higher lows. So this is going to be my target for the upcoming week on any long positions that we get into, okay? So ideally, I'd like to see a pullback here, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, a weekly open low, meaning bears take over for the first few days of the week, sweeping these lows, tagging into our order block, and then we can enter on a reclaim of these lows to go long, targeting our major draw on liquidity up here. We also have a local golden pocket there as well. So draw our golden pocket from the swing low to the swing high, perfectly overlapping this order block or this area of consolidation here. So this is going to be a high probability setup that I'm currently watching for Bitcoin. Okay, taking a look at Ethereum, okay, we are retesting a very key level here on Ethereum, right? Look left, lots of price history here, right? This was support, resistance, and now it looks like we're trying to flip this level back into support. So what I'd like to see here early in this week is for bulls to step in here, reclaim this level, right? Maybe do something like this, create a break of structure here, and then we can look to get in on the retest of this level, targeting this high as our TP1. and the all-time high as our TP2. So what you'll notice about these trades, guys, is oftentimes I have a very large risk to reward. Okay, it's not like a little 1 to 2 risk to reward. Like I'm aiming for these big risk to rewards, right? 1 to 6, 1 to 7 risk to reward. And, that's how we're able to have, 3, 4 break-even trades in a row. And then you have one winning trade and you're just heavy in the profits, right? Deep in the profits. Probably move my stop loss to break even at this most recent high here, something like this. Target this high as our first take profit, and then let the rest of the trade ride here for Ethereum. Okay, let's go down the list. Solana. See what trades we have here for Solana. Okay, kind of same thesis as Bitcoin here, right? Kind of consolidating, kind of in a range here. I don't really see a high probability setup here. So what I'd like to see now is, again, sweep of this liquidity level to the left here, tagging into our POI. What did we talk about at the beginning of this video, right? Whenever you are in an uptrend and you have your POI and you have a liquidity level overlapping that POI, this is a high probability trade, right? So we're in an uptrend. We have our point of interest here, which in this case is our order block here, fair value gap, and our golden pocket fib. So this is a key level, right? Multiple pieces of confluence. And we have this liquidity level right above that point of interest. So we can expect bears to push price down, take out this low right into our POI, and then enter on the recapture of that low with our stop loss at that most recent swing low, targeting higher prices in the uptrend. Okay, one of my most favorite, is that even a terminology? One of my favorite trading strategies. Yeah, one of my most favorite trading strategies. I think that's proper grammar. I don't know. Let me know if that's proper grammar. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here on Solana. And that's about it, right? I don't keep my watch list too big, guys. I like to watch a few different pairs that are showing strength. Maybe I'll post a few more setups inside the Pro Discord. But that's kind of how I find these high probability setups, right? I'm being patient. I'm planning my trades in advance, right? I'm not FOMOing longs on a Sunday where it's low volume, right? I'm waiting for my ideas to form. I'm waiting for price action to show me where it wants to go. And then I'm executing on that, okay? My 3-step process is plan, patience, trigger, okay? This is a terminology or a slogan that I've made up, right? Plan, patience, trigger. And this is how I execute all of my trades. I think I spelled this wrong. Plan, patience, geez Louise. Plan, patience, trigger, right? PPT. So I think that'll do it for this video. I wanted to do, a raw, authentic video, just showing you guys, why I enter these trades, kind of breaking down my thought process. And hopefully you guys can pick up on what I'm doing and replicate it for yourself, right? If you need help, obviously the easy algo indicators come in handy, especially for beginners. If you guys are having trouble finding these key levels, we have auto golden pocket fib. We have automatic key levels. We have the trend cloud. If you're curious or you're having trouble finding out what trend you're in, you can turn on the trend cloud in like a 4-hour time frame, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, and if you're interested in joining the Pro Discord, where I'm posting all these trades in real time, and you can follow the trades of other full-time traders, make sure to click the first link in the description below. Hopefully you guys found value in this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment something down in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel for more trading content. I'll see you guys next video.